Hello everybody, this is the latest update. I know it's been about a week and a half since I did the last one, so I'm just going to let you know what we're doing. Working on a new section. Right now we got the curb sections up. All the sections I build are made out of 4x4, or excuse me, not 4x4, 1x4. Those are 4x4s, way too thick. Anyways, 1x4 with a quarter-inch a hardboard top, resists sagging over foam, and then I put an 1/8 inch over the top of that, and that's the curb. 1/8 of an inch is 2/16, which is 8 inches in S scale. So 8-inch curb isn't that unusual. I think most of them are 6-inch, but I figure, well, it's close enough at that point. So what I did with this piece of hardboard, of course, before you saw that I labeled out where I was thinking about putting different buildings to get the sense of space and what buildings I'm going to construct. Then I drew in the lines for the sidewalks and then went over them. Usually I use a back of a blade, of a razor blade, razor knife to do this, but it didn't really, it took time. And then I realized I had the Wonder Cutter that I bought, and the Wonder Cutter, like I said before, is pretty much worthless as far as cutting styrene, but it does a great job on wood. So I was able to get all the cracks and everything cut relatively quickly. Here, this is a grid. This is all going to be cut. I just have to do it. There's a few lines done all right here. So I just have to do the cutting of the lines in here, and then I can sand it down and paint it. For the driveways, entrances in the parking lot, I shaved it down with this to get the edge down, and then I went over it with a Sureform to get it at a better angle. After that, I went over it with sandpaper. But that's what we got. I got both these just about done. I have one for the other side. I still got to finish this parking lot, and I'll be able to glue the stuff down. We got the sign over here for the Chevy dealer. I just couldn't get the sequencing to work right, and that I finally got the gel that they use for photography, and it's just not dark enough. Doesn't have the color saturation I need, and I'm thinking, well, I'm just gonna keep messing around with this, or am I gonna do something like a little bit easier? And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end up making a one of those, I think they call them a banjo sign, which is the more modern GM dealership signs. And I know they had them in the 60s, so I'm still doing okay prototypically. Just a lot easier sign to make, so I think I'm going to go that route with that. And over on this bench, we got a couple of the Hydrocal plaster buildings that I put together from eggshells, basically. Working on those, got paint going on there. Still got a little bit more paint to do. I got some white poking out here yet. So I'm painting these with the hobby paints that you get from Hobby Lobby. This was actually, this is just rust red primer from Rust-Oleum. And this is what the building's supposed to look like. It's not going to look like that when I'm done with it, of course. So we just got a bit of work to do on these yet. And this building I built about 3-4 years ago. And it was back when I was thinking about selling buildings. So people were like, yeah, build some buildings and we'll buy them. And I built them and nobody bought them. So I've been stuck with this one for quite a while. And always wondered what to do with it. Wasn't sure. And I still got a little finishing work to do on it yet. But I decided I'm going to use it for the Goodyear Tire building shop. I think it's not quite prototypical for some of them, but Goodyear's been known to stick their shops in just about any building, so I think I'm okay with it. Just got a lot of work to do on it, add some signs and lights and such, but it's already mostly built, so that's going to save me, probably 10 to 16 hours on building another one. Still got a bunch of figures to paint. I got probably about 30, maybe 40 figures to go yet, but I've just kind of burned out on them. So we're going to hold off. Most of them are strippers, and I don't really need those right now. A few other pieces that I have a lot of figures right now, so I can wait and paint those when I feel like doing it. I just kind of burnt out after almost 3 weeks of painting figures. This is the Twin Whistle kits. It's their White Castle. This has been heavily modified. That's going on that section. This piece here is a Bachmann HO scale. It was already built, had a base and everything, doors. It was just made just to set right on your railroad layout. But I want it for S scale, so I need to raise the base up a little bit and add a proper door. But that's also going on. And here we got the figures that I already got painted and detailed. I just have to hit them with some dull coat. The weather outside has not been very cooperative as far as giving me a good, calm enough day to spray. It's always windy here where I live, so days that are not windy are kind of rare, so you have to wait for them. I am going to build a spray booth eventually. I'm just going to have to. Otherwise, I just got to keep holding up things. But so anyways, these guys are ready to go. And as far as that goes, that is what we got going on this week in the diorama. And we're going to continue to keep building and keep growing this thing. And I hope you guys hang out long enough and have the patience to stay subscribed and keep watching the videos, because I'm trying to make the videos better. I just got a lot of building to do, and I really want to concentrate on the building, because that's what I want, and that's what everybody really wants to see, is this thing grow. And we are going to grow this thing. It's going, right now it's 24 feet. Pretty soon it's going to be 32 feet, and then I'm going to build another 6, and then it's going to get it up to 38 feet, which is going to be one of the largest 1/64 scale dioramas that's not a train layout. So keep watching. Please subscribe. Please share. Please like. That all helps me out immensely. I'm just one single old guy. I don't have a crew of people helping me with this, and I'm kind of an amateur, as you guys can tell. So I always appreciate the support, and I do appreciate my subscribers, and thanks for writing the kind comments. And like I said before, I always try to at least answer them, and if very minimal, I'll like it. But if you like I always say, if you have any questions about anything I do, please feel free to ask a question in the comments, and I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. So for now, we're going to say goodbye, and we will see you next time.